YouTube, what's up and what it do is you got done back in with another one of those dope videos. Today, we're going to be doing a quick and straightforward comparison of the Jordan 14 Ferraris, aka the Challenge Red kicks. These released sometime back in like June, you know what I'm saying? But right quick, I just got me a pair from Hibbett Sports, and I got me a pair from Across the Water, which is from over in China, which is from a plug, which is a R3P look. So if you guys already been subbed up to the channel, I want to welcome you back if you new. Become a part of the squad, you know what I'm saying, by subbing up, because these type of videos I drop pretty much on a regular. So we're going to get into the box real quick. I already did review pretty much showing you guys all of the details on the retail version. So for the sake of this video, I just want to take a look at this version that I have that was sent over from my guys over at Half Foot first. And then we're going to bring the authentic version of this kick into the view, and we're going to see what are some of the differences that we can nitpick about these. And you know what I'm saying? My videos are pretty much for educational purposes. So at the end of the day, guys, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to understand how this stuff goes when it comes from the real to the fake. I just want to bring y'all along with me as I'm just looking over a couple pair of shoes that I own, man. You know what I'm saying? You guys can feel free to comment down below. Let me know y'all thoughts and all of that. Let me know if I missed out on anything, because this is a collaborative effort. So I did get these from Half Foot, like I said. So just going over them, doing the 360. Okay, I see what's going on the bottom. We got some pretty decent, you know, suede that's comparable to the retail. All right, we got that side profile looking like that. We got the back looking like that. Okay. And by the way, guys, if y'all like what y'all see when it comes to these kicks or whatever, feel free to hit me up over on IG, DM me over there, because y'all will get much better conversation out of me, you know, when y'all get y'all answers quickly. Just DM me, you know, just be smart about it, guys, you know what I'm saying? But looking at the left foot of the one from Half Foot, which is the R3P, right off the back is looking pretty good in my opinion. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the retail out of the box. Bam. We're gonna go over the information that's on the boxes, because like I said, this is for educational purposes. So we want to make sure we covering everything, because it might be somebody out there who's looking to get these shoes on a third party, being that they are sold out. You know what I'm saying? So we got a green and white sticker in the inside of the non-authentic, which is from Half Foot. And let's see what we got going on the retail. So as y'all guys seen, I took 2 pieces of paper off of the kits themselves from the ones from Half Foot, and as y'all can see, these are the 2 that covered the authentic when I first got them. And then we got a paper that's in the bottom of the box, and we have a Wadium sticker in a different location of the box. I'm gonna put the retail on the top, and then I'm gonna put the UA on the bottom for this part of the segment. So, and I might have to get like another pick in the B-roll, because I noticed my lights is kind of blowing out the whole shot for y'all to see everything. But we do have a difference in the barcode. There's a couple of numbers off from the authentic here on the bottom. I'm seeing some font difference, and I'm actually seeing that where the Jordan.com is actually in a red lettering, and on the fake is actually on the bottom, the .com, as far as the Jordan.com, that's actually in black writing, which is totally different. And the Jumpman that is on the fake is pretty much a different color. It's like a darker red than it is on the retail. So the things that do vary about these boxes, considering that the size 11 is bigger than the size 8, the things to consider about these boxes that will vary whether if it's both retail is the color. A lot of the time we can see these boxes be different colors, which it is on here, and the height of the boxes is slightly different. Like I said, this is a size 8 over here to my left, and over here to my right, this is a size 11. So we like 5 minutes in, and I don't want to keep the video too much longer. So for the sake of me going over all of that, now I'm going to bring the actual shoes back into the picture. You know what I'm saying? We just got to go over everything. For anybody who just want to fast forward and get to the nitty gritty, please do that. So we're going to get this about the way. So we got a side profile on both of the shoes. Right off the back, what I'm seeing and what I'm feeling is that we have a very similar style of suede. The red is very, very, the red is very, very close, if not the same. You know what I'm saying? It's very, very the same, like I said, as the retail. Like right here, R3P, right here, retail. Reds are looking about the same. I'm looking at the emblem on the side. Look like we got a little bit of smudge on the emblem. Let me see something real quick. On the side of this R3P, yeah, there's a little bit of smudge. I ain't gonna be able to get it all off, but I just want to make it clear so we can do a good comparison on the two. It seems like it's more of like a, it seems more of like a rubbery, where it's like a little bit more solid. Like I can bend this emblem on the side of the R3P, whereas on the real one, I really can't bend it. And other than that, we can see it look just a tad bit janky where they didn't cut it correctly. This is like a small nitpick, some you're not gonna see, you know, from a distance when you have the shoes on your feet, and like you just see how much cleaner it is on the real version of it. Both of them have that faded like suede on the shoes. We're gonna look into the inside on the medial real quick to see what we can point out. So inside on the medial, everything is looking pretty much very similar, you know, to say the least. Now, the pattern does look a little bit darker on the R3P. It looks like they have the darker looking carbon fiber print that's almost giving me the vibes of the last release of this version of them. But to say the least, they both look real close. There's only slight differences with the color. When you ask me, these shoes are not the same size, like I said. So as far as the height on them, they're not going to be the same. But for the sake of the video, we'll compare the 23 and the Jumpman on the back just to see if we see any major flaws, major differences, you know what I'm saying, as far as the craftsmanship. And what I'm saying is that on the R3P, it's really holding up pretty well when it comes to, you know, looking like the real. And we have like the little back lights on here. They look similar, look like it's like a lighter type of tan yellow type of color right there though. Let's get to the front. We got the R3P to my right, and we got the official version to my left. The Jumpman always look a little weird and funny on the 14s in general, but from what I'm seeing, everything is looking very similar, if you ask me, man. Get y'all that toe box angle down, and everything is looking super close on foot. I highly doubt if you're gonna know these are the R3Ps. This is just in my opinion. Looking at the top of that tongue, we got the Jordan on the left. Like I said, matter of fact, for the sake of the video, I'm gonna put the R3P back to the right. Back to the left. The Jordan is not looking the best on either when it comes to it being written out. To say the least, on foot, you might not be able to tell it. So what I'm seeing is, I'm just seeing like stuff that varies when it comes to the quality, whether if it's from the retail or whether if it's from, you know, from retail to retail. What I'm seeing on the R3P is what I'm trying to say is just stuff that varies anyway. I'm not seeing nothing too off with the craftsmanship of the shoes. While I got y'all here, I'm gonna look at the tag real quick on the back. So that's how it's looking on the R3P. We got an LN3 factory size 8 on the back of the reel. We got the LN3 factory size 11. Let y'all guys see what's going on. Let me see what the production dates are reading. So we do have a production date of 9/25/24 to 12/04/24 on the fake, and then on the authentic we got a 10/30/24 to February 2025. All right. So the tags looking like that. We got the Roman numerals 14 on the inside of the tongue, looking like this on both. Like I said, I don't really see anything that's like majorly off, you know what I'm saying, that we can pinpoint. However, we are going to get into the inside of both of them. We do got this on both of them, just saying due to the suede characteristics, please be aware there is potential color contamination to the upper and bottom unit. Let me see if we have that tag. Yeah, so we have that tag on the right foot of the R3P, and it's actually on the left foot of the actual retail. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna get into the inside, but being that I'm right here, we're gonna look at the lace chrome tips, and from what I'm seeing, they both looking the same for real. They both looking the same on the lace chrome tips. Get a quick bottom look. I am seeing a bit more sloppier of a finish on the bottom of the fakes, but you know, that can happen on the real ones as well. You know, it just depends on, just the production of them. You know, it's not going to be like a perfect batch from either side. Other than that, the bottoms are looking the same. We got more of a glossier look than what it is on the bottom on the retail as far as for this heel portion of the kick. Other than that, like I said, if y'all see any differences that I'm not pointing out or that I missed, y'all just get into the comments. Before we get into the inside though, let's look at that stitching. Stitching all the way around on this R3P is looking fairly good in comparison to the stitching on the actuals. So inside, we got an insert paper to look like that on the actuals. Inside of the R3P, we have an insert paper to look like this. You know, actuals a little bit lighter, you know what I'm saying? That can vary as well. But what we here to see is some major differences, so we can tell whether if we being scammed or not on the market. And that's what I want to show y'all guys, if I can get y'all guys some differences. You know what I'm saying? Because over here on my channel, when you are part of this squad, we making sure everybody is steered free from being scammed. You know what I'm saying? If we got this informational content, we might as well use it. So it was kind of tough getting the R3P insole out. So we have the size 11, which is the actuals on my right, and we have on the left the size 8, which is from half foot, which is the R3P. We have no major differences in that black that's on the inner sole of the shoe. We got the Jumpmans looking about the same. In my honest opinion, it looked like even though this insole on the size 8 is a smaller insole, it does look like the Jumpman is about the same size. If not, it looks a tad bit bigger. Different locations of that size sticker. So on the back, we have the insoles looking the same. We got the same name and all of that. Let y'all get that side angle, side view. We have those pods in the blue. So for the most part, the insole, to me, they feel the same and they pretty much look the same. You know what I'm saying? We have a slight bit of a different cut, but let's get into the actuals inside. So this is the size 11, as you guys can see. This is how the insole looking. I want y'all to take a quick look. We have the Strobel stitching in the white. We have the inside looking like that. So in the inside of the actuals, let's see where we have it in the inside of here. So, okay. So while the stitching is looking pretty much the same, or if not similar in the inside, I'm seeing more of like a grayish silver almost stitching in the inside of the R3P And it's just a slight bit of a difference. You know what I'm saying? You guys might want to screenshot it or something like that. But to be all fair and honest, I'm just seeing a little bit more stitching and is a little bit tighter here at the top on the actuals, which is the Hibbett version. And on the bottom of the R3P, I'm looking at it's more a little bit like more spaced out, you know, and a little less, you know, stitching going around that Strobel stitching. Other than that, man, before we end this video out, I want to look at the toe boxes. So for the sake of this video, I'm going to bring the toe box of the right foot from the R3P. And I'm going to compare it to the left foot toe box of the size 11, which is the actual. So we do usually get like a difference in the sizes of the toe box, in my opinion. Sometimes we can see the smaller sizes, GS sizes, a little bit more bulkier when it comes to the toe. But I mean, this is a size 11 that the actuals are in, and I'm seeing that the toe look a little bit more of a boot cut. You know what I'm saying? The toe does vary from retail to retail as well. No factory always get the toes perfect, but from what I'm seeing is we have more of a sleekness, more of a slimmer look on the actuals. And as we get to the front, you know what I'm saying? I'm even seeing that a little bit more. I'm seeing a more of a shinier look to the midsole on the front of the toe on the actuals, which is the retails from Hibbett, and on the front I'm seeing more of a muted black look. You can see that shine right here on my right. And now that I got both of them to the front, it's a nitpick. Maybe I'm not seeing it, but the yellows do look a little bit different on the top of the tongue tab. Other than that, materials look slightly different on the top of the tongue. Feeling is about the same, slightly, ever so slightly different. You know what I'm saying? For real, y'all let me know what y'all think about these though, other than that, down in the comments, man. I mean, are y'all getting away with these if they on y'all feet? I mean, do y'all think, you know, these are passable? The video has been like 17 minutes and we got black laces in both, man. To me, you know, if you just trying to wear the R3P and just trying to style them, I'll say you good. However, these are, you know, real gettable. So I would highly advise for none of you guys to go out and try to, like, you know, get over on somebody on the third party with these. Always just treat these as a styling option. Don't ever try to go out and sell these as the officials. But in my opinion, if you ask me, man, these are looking, you know, on point enough. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, just don't go out and try to scam people with these reps, man. It's just been me showing y'all the look on these, man. Other than that, I'm gonna be out for this video. I love y'all. I thank y'all for staying tuned in. It's been your guy Done, over, and I'm out. Like I said, if there's anything I missed, man, just drop it down in the comments and we're gonna discuss. I'm not gonna really hit y'all with a major black light, being that my black light is going dead, but I just want to show y'all guys, you know, that I don't really have any major like glue marks or marks and stuff like that. That it is the R3P and this is the actual. Show y'all how they both glowing under the light. We got the stitching glowing in the inside. Maybe this might be something y'all can run and use, you know, on a later note. We got the stitching glowing in the inside of the actual, and let me see if we got the stitching glowing in the inside of the R3P. So we do got the stitching glowing in both. I'm not seeing any major signs of anything. So let me see, we got the 14 like that on the bottom of the actuals, and so it's looking probably a little different.